Why are we broke all of the time? And I don't mean broken, because we all have situations and problems, but why are you financially broke? The funny, most wonderful thing about what we're going to talk about tonight is even if you feel like that you are broke, I'm here to tell you you're probably not. I, in 2008, was in a place of complete devastation. Okay. Going through a divorce, having to literally run with the clothes on my back. I want you to breathe, because if I can come out of it, you can. Just saying that as a woman, if I can come up out of that deep, dark space, you can too. And I want you to be encouraged. But I'm also here to tell you that my average client now makes $10,000 a month and they're broke. It's only because you are in a system that is set up to take your money. You sit down and you write down your numbers. What I am getting at is I prayed for answers, and he opened up the windows of heaven literally for me that I never even knew was there. Please know that you are going to be okay financially. I hope that everybody watching right now, I hope you are calm, cool, and collected, and your finances are in order. But I want to tell you that 90% of Americans are probably crying themselves to sleep tonight because they're trying to figure out how they're going to make it financially. Get this word out to you that you are going to be in places you never dreamed possible financially if you will hold on and you'll just get yourself educated. You're just putting your money in the wrong place. And when we talk about what this looks like here in a minute, you're going to go, oh my goodness, I had no idea, because I had no idea. And when I found out the truth about your money and what all of this banking stuff is doing to it, it changed my financial life and my whole life. And I want your life to be changed as well. So that's what we're going to talk about. What main question here? Why are we not taught how to use a bank for debt elimination, only to make payments? But when he called to get his payoff, borrowed, which I believe was 36,000, and he said his payoff was at 33,000, something like that. And he said I was so shocked because I'd been making payments for 2 years. And he said I'm just assuming the balance is way down. And he said when they told me what my balance was, which was about 33,000, he said I couldn't believe it. He said that's when the light came on, and I'm like, what have I been paying for? I know what he was paying for. He was buying the bank. He was buying the bank a motorcycle before he got to pay for his. We're playing a chess game in our finances, and we think that the game's set up and we have to play it their way. But it just seems like that month after month after month, we're making these payments and we're not seeing our debt go down. Let's do a little bit of math here just so that we can kind of show you what I'm talking about when I'm talking about monthly payments. And I think I'll use a real illustration. So let's do a 5%, $350,000 mortgage for 30 years. And let's talk about what we've got. So 350,000, your regular payment amount is going to be $1,878 per month. Now, 5% in this situation is a 93.25. So with this situation, if they allow this to go 30 years, they will pay a total of $676,000 400 basically. I am here sharing my personal experiences with you, but I was not aware this was happening in my finances, and I just want to make you aware. $1,458. It's like a bird with wings, and it just took off and it just flew because you're totally throwing your money away in interest. Okay. The total that you've actually got to pay on your home out of this $5,634 is $1,267 approximately. You just threw away $4,369 of your hard work that you do to bring home income. You absolutely have a choice to stop this. What would happen if in month 1 or whatever month you're in with your mortgage that you did a $10,000 chunk onto this $350,000 balance? So this 10,000 chunk jumped this schedule for 22 months. What would you do if somebody handed you $31,667 and saved you 22 months on your mortgage? 31,667, 2,200. You saved 29,467 in interest only with one $10,000 chunk. Now, we don't allow $10,000 to sit on this line of credit because now we do velocity banking. This is so easy that you're just not going to believe how fast your debt pays off when you're doing little baby steps like this. Well, when you get paid, the way these revolving lines work is you can put your 5,000 income into this balance. But in the revolving that we were just talking about, it is open-ended, meaning if you put 5,000 in to this line and you need $500, you just pull it right back out. The banks on these revolving lines of credit charge interest on the average daily balance. Okay, now, again, you're not going to pay $100 of interest if you're doing velocity banking with these lines of credit like I'm showing you here. The total 10,000 will be paid off in about 22 months. So that means you're going to pay about $1,100 in total interest for 22 months. When you're chunking down using a line of credit, you're able to cut your 30-year mortgage down to 10 years or less 90% of the time. Most of the people that I work with literally are out of their mortgages in 7 to 9 years. I was in just as much debt after the 12-hour shift as I was when I went in that day because I didn't know how to use my money. Okay. So this would be paid off. This 389,000 would be paid off in 134 months, 11 and a half years max. We literally just cut that in half. So the cash flow is sitting in this balance, just keeping the balance low to keep the interest charges down. That's why they're paying off the home in less than 12 years instead of 23 years in this scenario. And it is very exciting, very quick to get out of debt when you understand how to use these lines of credit. This is a super simple way to eliminate credit card debt.